Hey everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 of the most usual 3D prints I use almost daily. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, go check that out. But today I've got another batch of practical prints that I use. Let's jump right in. I have printed several different headphone holders and stands, but this one is the one I use the most. Some of the others look great and have cool designs, but this one is just more practical, at least for me. I don't have a lot of space on my desk, so stands don't really work. This holder or hanger, I guess you could call it, is simple and effective. My headphones fit perfectly, and it has two screw holes to secure it firmly in place. I mounted it on the shelf above my desk, which is the perfect spot. It keeps my headphones off the desk, out of the way, but still easy to grab when I need them. This next 3D print is another space saver that helps keep them home organized. I used to have my kids' helmets laying around and whenever we actually need them, they are nowhere to be found. So I designed some simple hooks, printed them in PLA and mounted them with screws. It's been years now and they are still holding up perfectly. I use a tape can pretty often, so having a dedicated spot to store it just makes sense. I designed a simple holder with a small lip at the edge to keep it from sliding off. Printed it in PLA and secured it with two screws. Works great and keeps the workspace tidy. I have collected quite a few USB flash drives over time. Some came with my 3D printers, others I used to transfer files between devices. At first I designed my own holder that also had slots for memory cards. It worked well, but eventually filled up. I didn't feel like 3D printing a second one. So I found this awesome design online. It's sleek, practical and holds 7 USB flash drives on the front plus a hidden extra slot in the back. Perfect for your top secret files. It also has space for 6 micro SD cards and 4 SD cards. It's great for keeping things organized on your desk. So if you are looking for portability, you might want a different model. I am still a bit old school. I use pens regularly, so I need a way to keep them in one place instead of scattered across the desk. Sure, I could just buy a regular cup or toss them in a drawer, but hey, I got a 3D printer, so why not print something better? I have printed a few different pen and pencil holders over time. Some were stylish, some had unique designs, but I end up to this one. It's easily accessible and I really like the nut-shaped design, functional and cool looking at the same time. I used to keep a cardboard box next to the printer for waste filament, but since it had an open top, it would collect dust. Not ideal if you're planning to recycle the material later. So I found a 3D model online, designed for storing junk or scrapped. It's a bigger print that does use a fair bit of filament, so honestly, it might be cheaper to just buy a bin. But at the time, I had some leftover glitter filament that was rough to print with and not great for detailed models, so this was the perfect way to use it. There are few lead options available and I went with the swing lead. It's simple, functional and looks pretty cool. A while back I bought an handheld cordless vacuum, super handy for everyday use, and I also use it to clean my 3D printers. At some point I lost the smaller nozzle. I had already designed the custom nozzles for another vacuum before, so I decided to make one for this tool as well. The previous ones were printed in PLA and worked just fine, but this time I wanted to experiment with PETG carbon fiber, since it's supposed to be stronger and more durable. So far I haven't noticed much difference other than the look, but time will tell if it holds up better. And of course, just a few weeks after printing the new one, I found the original nozzle, so now I keep it as a backup to see how the 3D printed one compares over time. You can also print adapters to fit different nozzle sizes or collect your vacuum directly to tools. If you don't have 3D printer but you need something to 3D print, just type in PCB weight Timelapse.com and start ordering your stuff. There are many different types of 3D printing you can choose from. Different materials. PCBWay also makes custom PCBs. They provide CNC milling series, sheet metal fabrication, and injection molding. I had an extension cord that I wanted to fix in place, so I could unplug devices with one hand and keep it from sliding around. There are few ways to do this. You could use double-sided tape or screw it directly through the back plate if that's an option. But then you can't use it elsewhere. So instead I designed and printed a holder. The holder is mounted with screws, but the extension cord itself just snaps in and out easily. It stays firmly in place when you need it, and you can still remove it whenever you want. This next one might not be the best match to the video topic, but I still wanted to include it. I enjoy fishing, and I have collected some gear over time. Fishing lures are easy to lose, and let's be honest, you can't never have too many. One day I came across a 3D printed fishing lure design. I had made some wooden ones before, so I figured why not try printing one. Along with the printed parts, you need some hooks, split rings, and a bit of steel wire. To my surprise, it actually worked. On the second cast, I caught a pike. I didn't even paint it, I just used orange PLA, not bad for the test print. This next print is super useful outdoors. It's a lid that fits over your drink, can keep out dirt, bugs, and especially wasps. These little guys love sweet drinks, and it's not always easy to see when one has crawled inside your can, which can end badly. These lids aren't watertight, but they are well for keeping things out. I originally printed them in PLA, which is fine since the lid doesn't touch the drink directly, but they didn't last long, a few broke over time. I switched to PTG, and I haven't had any issues since. You can also print them in different colors, and I have customized them with names so everyone knows which can is theirs. Simple and super handy. A soap bottle is definitely something you can just buy at the store, but this one has a much cooler design. I reused the pump from an empty soap bottle, and now I just buy refills, which ends up being a bit cheaper too. I printed the bottle using 3-color silk PLA, and it's been holding up great, no leaks, no cracks. If you are printing something like this, make sure to use higher wall count. It gives the print more strength and reduces the chance of any leaks. I have this whole closet, or maybe it's better called a cabinet, with doors that locked and unlocked using a key. Unfortunately, the key broke, and I didn't have a spare, so I needed a quick solution. I modeled a new key in CAD and printed it in PLA carbon fiber. At first I wasn't sure how long it would last. I thought I might be able to open the doors once or twice, then it would break. But it's held up surprisingly well. I have used it many times with no issue, and if it ever does break, it's cheap and easy to print a replacement. And that's it for part 2 of the most useful 3D prints I use almost every day. I hope you found some inspiration for your next project, whether it's organizing your space, solving little everyday problems, or just having some fun with creative prints. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more 3D printing videos. Thanks for watching and happy printing!